your heart and your journey, no matter what path you have walked or the thoughts that fill your mind today. I know you have questions, perhaps even some doubts, but feel a gentle stirring inside. This is no ordinary message. I am drawing you close, promising that as you listen, new light will break through. If you choose to turn away now, you might miss a touch of healing that I have prepared especially for you. This message is personal, timely, and unlike any you have heard before. This is not just tradition or ritual, not distant religious theory, but my living voice, faithful and tender, whispering hope to you right where you are. My child, allow my words to fall upon your spirit like gentle rain that refreshes parched land. As I speak blessing over your life, know that each blessing is not just spoken, but crafted for your healing, for your joy, for the deep peace your soul craves. With every phrase, I ease your anxiety, lift the sorrow from your shoulders, and breathe fresh strength into your spirit. You are deeply, unquestionably loved. I am present not just in the heights of inspiration, but also in the valleys where your heart aches. Nothing and no one can separate you from my steadfast love. When you wonder if you are alone, remember how a shepherd never abandons his sheep. In the same way, I care for you with tenderness. I restore the places within you that feel worn, lost, or broken, guiding you into green pastures and quiet waters. My promise to you is unchanging. In moments of trouble, I am your shelter. Even as darkness settles in, my hand, like a shepherd's staff, becomes your comfort and your guide. My protection is steadfast, and in every furious storm I stand beside you. When the weight of exhaustion or the shadow of fear settles in, know that my infinite love is the power that lifts you up. Just as surely as the sun rises after the longest night, my light will always break through, giving you hope and renewing your spirit with every dawn. I am with you always, yes, even now. Feel the assurance I pour into your soul, calming your heartbeat, nourishing your courage when you feel frail. I rejoice with you in your moments of happiness, walking with you through every test and uncertainty. The turbulent waters of your life cannot overcome you, and the fires you pass through will never burn away your worth. My presence is your shield, surrounding you when nothing else seems stable, and it is my love that holds you fast. My child, believe in my power to reshape your life, and watch as blessings you never imagined begin to blossom all around you. Trust in me. Allow my Holy Spirit to cover you, to fill you with wisdom and grace, to kindle hope and gently heal your wounds. If your heart ever feels lost, remember that I am your way, your truth, and the heartbeat of life itself. I am the door, always open, leading you into blessing that does not fade. In my nearness, you will find fullness, satisfaction that no circumstance can steal, peace so deep that it calms every last storm within you. My grace is the answer to every longing, and in my words you discover the truth that sets you free, a truth that brings vitality to every part of your being. Do not let your faith waver. Take your stand, even when others cannot see what I am doing for you. Know with unshakable certainty that my promises are coming to pass, not just for you, but also reaching out to your family, covering them even when you cannot. Fear and doubt might attempt to draw you away, but every detail of your story is held in my hands. I carry your future, and my will is the map that faithfully guides you. Rest in my embrace, rest in my abundant love, a source of blessing that can never be exhausted or stolen away. My word spoken over you is living and active, more powerful than any circumstance, able to make what seemed impossible into reality. In your life, miraculous things will take shape, surpassing all human understanding. As you draw near to me in sincerity and humility, my strength will pour out over you, igniting wonders and shifting the atmosphere wherever you go. No matter where you are, no matter how mundane or overwhelming a day might seem, expect the extraordinary, sometimes great, sometimes small, but always filled with my presence. Each morning, I will wake you with joy, lifting your heart, offering you my strong hand, guiding you onto the paths of purpose and goodness. Trials may come, and challenges may test your heart, but my love is your ever-present shield and fortress. There is no distance, no separation, no darkness that can keep you from my grace. Wherever you step, I am there blessing you. Others will see the work I do in your life, marveling at my faithfulness to you. Trust every step you take is guided by my hand, every choice you make washed in my mercy. You are never unaccompanied. I am with you in each hidden moment, delivering you from dangers you may never even realize, shining light into every uncertain place. Along your path, I place my words of wisdom, cherish them. Choose daily to be filled with their life-giving power. Nothing can defeat you, not when you remain close to my heart. Here you find the strength for victory and every needed breakthrough. Be courageous and determined. I will not let you walk in vain, and I will not allow you to carry the weight of shame or guilt. You are already cleansed and forgiven completely, not because you have paid for your freedom, but because I have, fully and forever. You are free. My love has accomplished this for you, a love so strong and beautiful it cannot be explained, only experienced and embraced. Do not ask for an explanation. Simply accept, feel, and welcome the reality of how deeply I love you. You who once doubted love's power because of wounds and disappointments, know that I am the Creator who came searching for you, eager to show you the depth of my affection. Understand you never had to climb mountains or cross distant lands to hear my voice. I am speaking here and now, gently touching your heart, bringing a love that is larger than your doubts. Even when you were reluctant or guarded, my affection persisted, so fierce and lasting that I will never let you be swallowed by loneliness or fear again. Embrace this new life I offer, a life not orphaned by solitude or crippled by anxiety, but enveloped in my care, propelled toward lasting joy. Picture yourself as a traveler on a wide ocean. My love is the wind in your sails, steering you toward a harbor of victory and fulfillment. Here, all the treasures of heaven are yours, and nothing can steal what I bestow upon you. If you truly desire change, you must let go of cynicism and disbelief. The voices that stoke uncertainty in your mind are there only because they fear what will happen when you draw close and finally witness my promises brought to life. My desire is for your faith to be simple, a trust that approaches me each new day, listening, yielding, letting me shepherd you to the places your soul has always longed to reach. In my presence, anxiety cannot thrive. Here, your heart is steady, no matter how rough the storms become or what bad news crosses your path. Yearn for the day you know me more closely, for every new measure of my healing love accepted without condition or struggle. You are known intimately, accepted, and loved without limit. My love is not a transaction nor an obligation. It is who I am, and the force that will transform your character at the root. No longer do you need to look at tomorrow with trembling or dread, because the spirit I have given you is not one of fear, but of love and power. Where emotional instability used to pull you this way and that, my authority brings steadiness. Anxiety and dread surrender, and in their place, my strength rises in you, solid and enduring. Today, receive liberty. Stand in the truth of your real identity. You are my beloved, surrounded by my grace, shining with peace and blessing wherever your life unfolds. Strong and courageous, you are not condemned to a cycle of defeat or uncertainty, for I will never permit any process you endure to be void of purpose. Every struggle will yield a harvest, every trial a crown of joy. Your worth in my eyes is immense, no past mistake. No defeat can ever change how I see you, or alter the destiny I have designed. The plans I have for those you love, yes, even the ones who seem furthest away, are unfolding even now. Do not let your heart grow weary by focusing on faults or wounds. Transformation is already underway, and you will witness those around you month after month being changed by my hand. Remain steadfast in prayer. Bring every concern to me first, and let my wisdom lead your every word and action. Even discipline, when it is needed in your family, should be guided by patience and my spirit, not anger. Speak with compassion, and I will help you nurture those you care for, leading your home into harmony and peace. I am with you from morning's first light until night's gentle embrace. Even while you sleep, I remain by your side, planting dreams of hope and purpose. With my spirit, you will rise each day stronger and more assured. Never will I allow a burden to come upon you that you cannot withstand. If weariness tries to overtake you, listen closely now. You can keep going, for I have already handed you the victory. Stand up, step forward, and refuse to be discouraged. Just beyond where you are now lies the reward for your perseverance, the fruit of your faithfulness, tangible evidence that I honor your commitment to press onward. When it seems you walk on serpents and scorpions, surrounded by voices of fear and spiritual darkness, know my authority covers you. Nothing in all creation can harm you while you rest in my love. Stand tall with confidence, knowing that every beautiful promise I have spoken over you will find its fulfillment. Your faith, this flame of confidence, pleases me deeply. Each new day is an opportunity for me to show you more of what I can do. I find joy in the strength you display, even in moments of silence, when I am watching you grow and contemplating the wonderful future unfolding ahead. Do not fear the process. The refining fire, the wrestlings, and the setbacks, these are not meant to destroy, but to prepare and fortify you. Do not let unhealthy emotions or temporary afflictions bind you. Trust in the healing I am pouring into you now. I am your provider, your comforter, and the one who multiplies the work of your hands, giving faith and clarity to your thoughts. Above everything else, I place this conviction deep within you, that my love will never abandon you, no matter how many times you stumble or hesitate. Your daily life, with all its surprises and new opportunities, is a journey toward greater victories. I delight to see your confidence shining from your face, your acts of kindness revealing to the world the true wonders I do within those who trust me. Remember, every challenge carries meaning and value. Hold fast to this path. I am with you always, breathing serenity and gladness into your spirit. I am Jesus, your closest friend, your ceaseless companion. I came not to judge or to burden, but to deliver, to heal, and to speak peace over you in every aspect of your story. You have endured attacks, challenges, and moments of despair, yet never have I left your side. You are never for even a moment outside the warmth of my embrace or the reach of my protection. Here, in this quiet space, close your eyes and open your heart. Ask boldly for what you need, whether it is provision, healing, encouragement, or wisdom. Bring me the prayers for your family, the deep concerns you carry for those you love most. Remember always, my presence will remain steadfast through every high and low. I do not demand your perfection or your striving. I ask only your trust and your openness to receive what I long to give. If you feel weary or stretched thin, remember I do not expect you to carry your burdens alone. When you cannot walk another step, let me lift you in my arms. I have done this already, lifting every weight, every shame, paying every debt, and crowning you with victory in the place of sorrow. My promises are reliable and eternal, sealed by love. My desire is not that you understand every mystery, but that you accept, feel, and cling to the love that is yours in this very moment. As I continue to unfold my plan, you will realize more and more that you are not waiting for blessing. You are living in it, and it will pour out from you to everyone around. I have not called you to a hidden, solitary faith, but to be a light in a darkened world. Your faithfulness, your prayers, and your courage are seeds that I multiply. The humility and gratitude you display open the windows of heaven. Prosperity and wisdom will follow as you extend kindness, never expecting repayment, but loving, because I first loved you. Do not let your heart be hardened by criticism or wounded by rejection. The world may misunderstand, but I see who you really are. Diligent, resilient, beloved. I planted seeds of hope in your soul, and every effort, every act of faith, every tear of intercession for those you care about is noticed and honored. Soon, you will see the harvest, relationships restored, peace reigning in your household, my spirit uniting those who once were lost or far away. Let gratitude guide your actions. Cherish those who have supported you along the journey, acknowledging that nothing is earned in isolation. Just as you have been helped, so now be generous toward others. Every act of kindness further aligns your life with my purpose and results in provision, freedom, and increasing blessing for all you touch. As you live this way, you will find yourself rising above old frustrations, free from the grip of anxiety, self-pity, or discouragement. Delight in what I have done in you. Celebrate every step of transformation. Your hope will overflow. Your dreams will be revived. Your confidence renewed. Each trial has meaning. Each challenge an invitation to see my faithfulness more clearly. As the world responds with fear, let your trust in me set you apart. As a tree planted by streams of living water, never withering, always flourishing. Even when storms batter the world around you, my peace will anchor your soul. Eyes will look at you and see the evidence of my favor, serenity, hope, and purpose, shining steady despite every hardship. People will ask where your strength comes from, and you will point to the one who has always been by your side. My child, your past does not determine your future. I make all things new. I am pouring blessing upon blessing, not because you have earned it, but because I delight to give good gifts to those I love. As you reflect on where you have been, recognize my hand guiding and sustaining you. The path ahead is bright. Come again and again to this well of living words. Here you discover not only healing for yourself, but the power to be a source of healing for others. Carry this love, this hope, and go share it, for what I give you is meant to be multiplied, that all may know and see that I am the God who saves, restores, and fills every empty place with abundant joy. There is a carefulness in the way I draw you close, a tender invitation that cannot be mistaken for anything less than love. I have searched the deepest layers of your heart, places even you have tried to hide, places shadowed by disappointment or fear, and I call you by name, not by your failures. You have wondered if your prayers disappear into silence, if your daily routines go unseen, if the private struggles weighing on you are noticed by anyone at all. Hear me, not a single moment escapes my gaze. Every sigh, every hope, every tear on your pillow has been counted. I have watched as you pressed on through days that felt so heavy, when you could barely lift your head, and I was with you, closer than the breath in your lungs, singing words of encouragement you sometimes missed in the noise. Even when you cannot recognize my voice, I do not stop speaking to your spirit. I am persistent in pouring out my goodness, determined to reach you in the ordinary and the extraordinary alike. The world often speaks of earning worth, measuring love, calculating every mistake, but my relationship with you is not like that. I do not withdraw from you when you are unsure, nor do I hold back because of your past. Instead, I lean in even closer. I know every part of you, the dreams unspoken, the questions you are afraid to voice, the urges to give up entirely. Nothing disqualifies you from my affection. The pain you carry is not a barrier, it is an opening. A place where I pour hope, where discouragement has settled, and bring light into corners dulled by disappointment. If you feel unworthy or unseen, understand that I see you and love you as you are, not as you wish you were. My invitation is not to perfection. It is to honesty, to presence, for letting me walk with you exactly where you stand today. I know the stories you tell yourself when you are weary, stories that the world is passing you by, that your efforts mean nothing, that closeness to me is reserved only for those who never fail. Let me rewrite these stories. I am not seeking flawless heroes, but willing hearts, hearts made soft again after being hardened by the trials of life. I gather every fragment of your story and weave it into a tapestry more beautiful than you can imagine. What feels lost, I redeem. What seems wasted, I restore. Your mistakes are not the end, but the beginning of new mercy. Even in your confusion, I am gently steering you forward, even when faith feels fragile and hope dim. You live in a world that asks you to prove yourself at every turn. You carry burdens that sometimes threaten to steal your joy. My hands are strong enough to hold what is too heavy for you. You were never meant to carry it all alone. Come as you are tired, hopeful, uncertain, longing for more. You do not have to know the way forward. It is enough to trust that I am leading you. I have never left you wandering aimlessly. My plans are filled with kindness and purpose, uniquely shaped for the deepest needs of your heart. In the silent spaces, when your worries become louder than your prayers, I am there. Sometimes, all you can do is whisper my name, and that is enough. I am not grading your words or waiting for the perfect prayer. I care far more for the longing of your heart, for the honesty in your weakness, than for polished speeches or grand gestures. I hear what you cannot say aloud, the ache for belonging, the secret dreams you've buried, the quiet prayers for your family, your future, your peace. I hold all of them gently, and I am guiding you, unfolding answers, sometimes slowly, always wisely. When others do not understand, or misunderstand, I see you clearly. My gaze is gentle and true, not one of condemnation, but of deep compassion. I know the effort it takes to get out of bed, to be present, to love others, even when you feel empty. I see the small acts of kindness you extend, even when your own heart wants to retreat. I am proud of your courage. What feels insignificant to you is precious to me. The little offerings, the silent endurance, the moments you choose, love over bitterness, these are holy in my sight. Let me show you what I see in you. There have been times you wondered if you missed your chance, if you took the wrong turn, if you will ever find your way back. My love does not depend on your perfect choices. I redeem detours and recover lost years. My compassion is vast enough to turn what the world calls failure into sacred beginnings. Where others might see shame or regret, I see a canvas for redemption. Do not count yourself out of my promise. I am still writing your story. I am wonderfully patient, waiting with you as you grow, picking you up when you stumble, never tired of calling you forward. Do not fear the unknown places I might lead you. Where you see risk, I see invitation. There is much more I want to show you, but I will not rush you. I lead with gentleness, allowing you to trust one step at a time. When you cannot see the road ahead, lean into the certainty of my presence instead. There is no wrong question to ask me, no limit to what you can bring. Every anxiety, every longing, every confusion finds safe welcome with me. My delight is not diminished by your doubts. I draw you closer through curiosity and longing, as you search for more of me in the hidden places of life. If you find yourself at the end of your strength, know that you are in exactly the place where my power is revealed with greatest beauty. Stop striving to prove your worth and simply rest in who I say you are: beloved, chosen, carried. It is in your exhaustion that my grace becomes most tangible. I do not despise your weakness or impatience. I promise to meet you with even greater tenderness. When the path is unclear and your heart is anxious, I remain faithful. I am your shelter and your song in the middle of every storm. Where the world shouts for your attention, I speak quietly but surely, reminding you of your worth and purpose. My words heal places of discouragement, breathe life into tired bones, restore dreams thought impossible. Each day is another page in the story we are writing together, a story anchored not in your ability to hold on, but in my promise never to let go. Whatever comes, you are never alone, never overlooked, never beyond the reach of my care. Let hope rise as you remember that I am holding you, working for your good, and leading you into peace that surpasses understanding. Let hope take root, not just in what you can see, but in who I am to you. Even now, while you read these words, a gentle invitation moves through your heart, an urging to believe again, to risk vulnerability, to entrust yourself to the one who loves without condition, heals without shaming, and leads with perfect wisdom. Draw close to me. Everything you truly need is found in my presence. There is a quiet courage I am drawing out from within you now, a strength you did not know you possessed because it flows from my own heart. Sometimes the loud voices of despair and insecurity have almost convinced you that your life is limited, that your potential is too small a flame to ignite real change. But I remind you now, within what seems like everyday routine, I have planted seeds of purpose that cannot be trampled or stolen away. You are not measured by the world's shifting standards. You are weighed in my love, which sees beyond every failing and looks into the best and the truest of who you are in me. When circumstances test your endurance, it is not to break your spirit, but to reveal where I have already forged resilience and tenderness. Allow me to show you how my power is perfected, where you feel weakest, not by ignoring your pain or pretending you have no need, but by teaching your heart to lean into my embrace in each moment. Imagine the day opening before you like a field yet untraveled. Step forward unafraid, for I go ahead of you, preparing places of peace and unexpected provision. When old fears rise, do not run from them. Bring them into my light. Let me name them, disarm them, teaching you to see with faith and not with eyes clouded by yesterday's wounds. When the pressure to prove your worth becomes heavy, remember that I delight in your being, not just your doing. You were never meant to bear the world's burdens on your own shoulders. Even when you stumble, I am not disappointed in you. I draw nearer still, guiding you with kindness back to the purpose I have for you. There will be days when assurance feels far away, as if the sun itself refuses to rise. In these times, simply let my love be your warmth, and my promises your light. Your tears are never wasted. Every heartache is noticed, every silent longing heard. I gather all that seems broken, and with the gentlest of hands, I make beautiful mosaics of what was once in pieces. You are not a random collection of events or mistakes. I see how all things, your laughter and your sorrow, your fear and your triumph, are weaving together a story that reveals the depth of my faithfulness. Even now, I am inviting you to recognize small signs of my presence, the laughter of a child, a quiet moment of beauty, a sudden whisper of hope. These are not accidents. They are reminders that you do not walk alone. As you open the eyes of your spirit, you will find my fingerprints in the least expected places. Learn to find joy in simplicity, to rest when you want only to strive, to trust the mystery of what I am shaping in and through you. I am calling you not just to endure, but to flourish right where you are planted. Your prayers are precious to me not because of eloquence or ritual, but because each one is the voice of my beloved reaching out with trust. When you cannot find the words, know that I understand the language of your tears, your sighs, your silent pleas for help or gratitude. I am closer than your breath, and my answer is never delayed. Sometimes it comes in ways you do not anticipate, through opportunities disguised as challenges, through relationships and experiences that stretch your willingness to love and be loved. Trust that all things are being guided by hands that never grow weary, by a wisdom deeper than your confusion. There is more to your life than mere survival. Hear me whisper even in the clamor. I have designed you for abundance, not always the abundance the world measures, but the richness found in knowing who you are to me. Your life is sacred ground, every morning a fresh invitation. I do not wait for you at some distant finish line. I am in the present, rejoicing with every step forward, supporting you when your knees are weak. In suffering, I share your pain. In joy, I magnify your laughter. In longing, I draw near to fill the emptiness with myself. There is nothing you could do or be that would ever cause me to withdraw my presence. Let me teach you the difference between striving and surrender. Striving is the anxious effort that comes from believing everything depends on you. Surrender, on the other hand, is trust in my goodness, even when the path makes little sense. It is the rest that enters your spirit when you choose to believe I am truly caring for you, even when you see no immediate sign. As you develop a habit of turning your worries into prayers, handing over your need to control, your heart will grow lighter. The burdens you carry become easier when you place them into my hands. You may wonder about your place in my story, questioning if you matter in the unfolding vision I have for this world. I assure you, there is an irreplaceable space that only you can fill. Nothing distracts me from you. My attention does not wander, nor does my affection cool with the passage of time. You were not a last-minute idea or an afterthought. You are cherished, seen, and intended from the dawn of creation. Your voice is unique among the chorus of humanity, and I delight in every note you offer me. Whether your worship is loud and celebrated or quiet and solitary, I receive it as a treasured gift. I see the dreams within you that have not yet awakened. The passions buried by disappointment or neglect, I hold them gently, breathing new life as you are ready to receive. Do not measure your worth by the visible accomplishments of others. Your journey is unlike any other. The path I have marked out for you is meant to teach you of my faithfulness, not to compare your pace or progress with someone else. Trust me enough to wait with hope, to move when prompted, and to celebrate even the smallest advances. Your story is still being written with love. Times of silence may cause you to doubt my care, but silence is not absence. Sometimes I am quiet because I am working deeply, rearranging things you do not see, protecting you from what would hinder your flourishing. In stillness, I grow your capacity to hear me, in new ways to trust my heart more than your senses. When you do not have answers, let my character be your confidence. I am always good, always near, always active in your life. Nothing is wasted, nothing is overlooked. If you find yourself returning again and again to the same struggles, do not lose heart. Growth is often a slow unfolding, not a sudden leap. Each time you come back to me, open and honest, you are being transformed whether you feel it or not. I delight even in your stumbling steps, because they are steps toward me. Remember, I am more patient than your fears allow you to believe. My mercy renews every morning. You are invited to begin again, as many times as needed, without shame or reluctance. When you forgive yourself, you are agreeing with my grace. My love sets you free from the prisons of regret. Abide with me today. Let my words quiet the inner storms. Where you are restless, let my peace settle like gentle rain. Let the assurance of my unchanging affection anchor you, so that whatever storms arise, you know you are always held fast within my care. There are moments when you look inward and wonder whether your desires and dreams truly matter, if your secret fears are noticed or understood. I want to tell you, every longing and shadow within your heart has been seen by me. Nothing about you is hidden. I am not a distant observer or an uninterested passerby. Each part of you, the loud and the quiet, the strong and the trembling, is completely within my gaze. You have tried before to present only the best of yourself, to approach me as if pretending to be a little braver, a little more faithful than you felt. But I am calling you to honesty, to bring the real substance of your soul into my presence. Even your disappointments are safe with me. I will not turn away from your struggles, nor will I diminish your small victories. Every step you take toward healing, toward hope, matters to me deeply. Your journey has not been a straight road. I know about the times you circled back to old habits, thinking you had failed irreversibly, feeling the heavy whisper that said, "You will never change." What a lie that is. I have never measured your worth by your performance. My love does not waver because of your setbacks. Instead, I invite you to walk with me, to let my love prove itself stronger than shame, more enduring than your habits of fear. Healing does not always come in the instant breakthrough you imagine. Often it arrives slowly, quietly, by the daily turning of your face toward me again and again. Each day you choose me. Even when your faith feels small, the roots of my life sink deeper into you. You are invited to release what you cannot handle. Bring me your burdens, the things you carry in secret. You were never meant to shoulder them alone. I am not asking for you to become strong so that I can love you. I am loving you so that you will discover my strength is enough. Lay your head upon my assurance. Rest in me, as a child rests securely in the arms of a loving parent, never doubting their safety. There is no condemnation attached to my embrace. All I ask is your willingness to trust that I am working redemption from what seemed only loss. Sometimes, you want to see the end from the beginning. You search for assurances and signs that everything will turn out as you hope. My ways are often mysterious to you, but not to me. I hold your life with careful hands, guiding you even when you do not understand. Every delay, every detour has meaning woven through it. Nothing is lost. I use even disappointment and confusion as soil for the seeds of new growth. My vision for you extends far beyond your immediate desires. I call forth identity from the depths, fashioning purpose out of what seems broken. Do not underestimate the quiet strength being formed within you right now. When you speak words of kindness to others, when you resist the old patterns that try to claim you, when you look for my presence in the ordinary, these are not small things. The world claims that significance comes from the spectacular, but I see glory in your daily acts of faithfulness. Faithfulness is not a show. It is a hidden river, wearing deep channels in the landscape of your life. You become radiant by simply staying close to me, letting my light fill your ordinary days with meaning. You may look at your past and see failure shadowing your hopes, but the wounds you have known are not wasted in my hands. I do not erase your history, I redeem it. The bruises, the blunders, the broken pieces, each is transformed by my gentle power into a mosaic that tells of hope and restoration. What once felt like shame becomes a story of my faithfulness. Do not let the voice of regret convince you that you are chained to your yesterdays. I am not finished with you. Remember, there is a reserve of my presence available to you at all times. You do not have to wait for the perfect moment or achieve some higher spiritual state. As you are, even in the midst of your confusion or fatigue, you can turn your heart toward me, like reaching out your hand in the dark and finding mine already waiting, so I meet you wherever you are. My nearness is not a reward for the holy. It is my delight. My promise is to never leave you alone, even when you feel overwhelmed or unsure. The world may roar with uncertainty, but within me, you will always have a home. Let me guide you when you cannot see your next step. Trust that my wisdom is greater than your understanding. When you sense chaos, my counsel is steady. My words become a lamp for your path, revealing enough for you to keep moving forward. Sometimes, progress looks like a single, fragile step at a time. Even the smallest movement in faith is precious to me. When you are weary, lean on my promises. I have not asked you to run ahead, only to not give up. There is joy waiting to surprise you. I take pleasure in revealing goodness to my children. Laughter and beauty are gifts I desire to renew in your life. Do not fear that the difficult season has the last word. I am the author of new chapters. The night always yields to morning. Your sorrow is not ignored by me. It is gathered, understood, and held with compassion. Know that even tears shed in the loneliest hours are seen and remembered. Nothing is wasted, not even pain. You do not walk this journey in isolation. My presence goes before you, beside you, and behind you. I place people along your path to encourage and challenge you. Receive those sent to you as gifts from my hand. Let love be the glue that binds you, not isolation or mistrust. Where you fear vulnerability, remember that I am your covering. In opening your life to others, you reflect my own heart, one that welcomes, restores, and gives. Hope does not disappoint when it is anchored in me. I am the one who steadies your trembling hands, who puts courage in your heart when you feel faint. When you cannot see the future, hold on to what you have already glimpsed of, my faithfulness. Let that become your assurance. The goodness that I have poured out before is only the beginning. My gifts to you were never about earning. They were always about relationship. If you find yourself doubting, come to me with your questions. I am not threatened by your uncertainty. I welcome your honest searching, your wrestling. The relationship I offer is not one-sided. I have space for your anger, your confusion, your deepest longing to understand. Walk with me even through the wilderness of doubt. I am not impatient. I am with you in the process, drawing you closer with cords of loving kindness. Above all, know you are loved right now without conditions, without delay. Nothing you do can make me love you more or less than I already do. Let this truth be the foundation beneath your feet, the song in your heart, the banner over every day. When the weight of sorrow presses upon your heart, understand that I am not far away. In the quiet rooms of your life, where no one else can reach, my presence waits gently, attentive to every sigh and tear. I see what you manage to hide from others, and even from yourself. The burdens you think are yours alone to shoulder, the thoughts that haunt you at night, the wounds that seem too deep to heal. I am intimately familiar with them all. Nothing about you is hidden from me, and nothing you face is too trivial or too overwhelming for my attention. Instead of resisting the flow of my love, I invite you to let me step into those tender places. Let the sorrows become invitations for encounter, the struggles opportunities for deepening trust. You often measure your worth by what you accomplish, the opinions of others, or how well you think you're doing. Yet, I see you as my beloved before you do anything at all. The voice of comparison tries to build a wall between us, whispering that you must achieve, perform, or earn approval. But my love does not budge according to human scales. When you feel unseen or unimportant, I remind you, you are the delight of my heart, chosen before time began and called by name. The stories others tell about you, those do not define you. Even the story you tell yourself is smaller than the one I am unfolding for you. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of assurance in me. When storms swirl in your relationships, or when your own emotions rage like a sea, anchor yourself in my constancy. I am not rattled by the waves that unsettle you. Even now, I whisper calm over your soul. Let my peace guard your mind and heart in every situation. It is not a peace manufactured by your effort, but a peace received by resting in my faithfulness. In the places where you feel you must strive or defend yourself, I offer a better way. Yield to my gentle guidance and discover the security that comes from being shepherded by perfect love. Sometimes you carry anger, guilt, or disappointment, believing these are evidence of how far you are from perfection. But I do not recoil from your humanity. I draw near to it. Bring me your pain, your regrets, your longing for things to be different. With me, honesty is welcomed, not punished. True transformation comes in surrender, not in hiding. Like a gardener tending fragile roots, I handle your vulnerabilities with wisdom and patience. There is no need for masks when you are before me. for I have already seen you in every light and shadow and pronounced you precious. Trust me with the whole truth of your heart. It's easy to become weary on the journey, especially when the scenery does not seem to change. Perhaps you have prayed many times for the same thing, waited for answers, or hoped for breakthrough only to face silence or delay. Do not confuse apparent stillness with my absence. I am working in places unseen, preparing you for what you cannot yet imagine. The seeds you have sown in faith are not forgotten. In my time, I bring rain, growth, and abundant fruit. Endurance in the waiting shapes your soul more deeply than quick solutions ever could. I honor every step of faith, every whispered prayer, and I am not slow as some count slowness. I am patient and precise, weaving every detail together for your good. I see your relationships, the strains, the misunderstandings, the longing for connection. Where you have been wounded by the words or actions of others, let me apply the oil of healing. Forgive as you have been forgiven, not as a sign of weakness, but as participation in the freedom I have secured for you. My mercy is not only extended to you, but meant to flow through you. In the moments when reconciliation seems impossible, remember that I am the reconciler of all things. There is no breach too wide, no history too tangled for my grace to overcome. Release to me the responsibility for others' hearts. Focus instead on the posture of your own. Sometimes your own self-talk is harsher than any external criticism. You rehearse failures, entertain doubts, and replay moments you wish you could erase. Do not allow these voices to diminish the hope I have given you. I see the entirety of your journey, the missteps, the courage, the learning, and my assessment is never condemnation but invitation. When discouragement tries to settle in, let my words be louder. You are loved, guided, upheld, never abandoned. Lean on the support of my Spirit, who intercedes for you in weakness and strengthens you in every challenge. My affection for you is not diminished by your struggle. Rather, it fuels my ongoing work in your life. As you walk forward, uncertainty will naturally arise, yet fear does not have to be your companion. Courage is not the absence of concern, but steadfastness in spite of it, knowing you do not move alone. Honor your limitations, but don't allow them to dictate the boundaries of your hope. I am the God who makes all things new, who creates rivers in the wasteland and gives strength to the weary. Every limitation becomes an invitation to see my sufficiency, to partner with my possibilities. Be attentive to the nudges of my Spirit, who will lead you step by step when the broader path seems hidden. Treasure the small moments, for I am present in them, transforming the ordinary into sacred ground. A kind word, a quiet act of service, a hidden generosity, these are the seeds of my kingdom. Do not despise them thinking they are insignificant. Just as I multiply loaves and fishes, I multiply your offering, no matter the size. Faithfulness in little things builds capacity for greater purpose. Even as you seek meaning in grand gestures, do not overlook the holiness of daily living. I am no less involved in your smallest decisions than in your biggest dreams. Walk with me in the dailiness, and watch as I bring significance to every choice anchored in love. When you struggle to believe in your own transformation, remember that I am more patient than even your timeline would allow. I see the growth happening beneath the surface, roots going deeper, character being refined. The process is as precious to me as the outcome. Do not measure progress only by visible results. Trust me to nurture what is unseen, even in seasons of pruning and waiting. My promise is to complete the good work begun in you, shaping you into a unique reflection of my heart. Let courage arise not in your own sufficiency, but in my unchanging commitment to you. As you continue to walk this path with me, you will notice how the soil beneath your feet shifts and changes. There are days when it feels firm and reliable, grounding you in my love, and days when every step feels uncertain, when you question what I am doing or if I am even present at all. But let me remind you again, my presence does not waver. Even when the clouds of confusion gather overhead, I remain beside you, guiding with a wisdom deeper than your doubts. Rest in the assurance that I see the landscape of your journey, the valleys that seem too deep, the mountains that look impossible to climb, the narrow places that press you from every side. In all of it, I am not just an observer. I am intimately involved, weaving purpose into each moment, working good from every fragment, even those that feel broken or lost to you. There is a quiet strength in learning to trust, not just when life is going well, but especially in the places where you are unsure. Trust grows in the audacity to hope when things seem hopeless, in the courage to take my hand when you cannot see the next step in front of you. When fear whispers that you are alone, that your efforts are wasted or your prayers unheard, remember that my heart hears every word, every silent longing. I gather your tears, and I hold them close, transforming sorrow into the seeds of greater joy. When you offer me your trembling faith and lean into me rather than retreat, you make room for me to do what only I can do. Sometimes you look out at your life and see only the limitations, your weaknesses, past failures, unfinished dreams. You wonder if you have missed your moment, or if I could truly use you as you are. Hear this. I delight in taking what the world dismisses and exchanging it for beauty and purpose. Your imperfections do not repel me, they invite me in. In your weakness, my strength is perfected. I see who you are becoming even when you do not. What you consider delay, I see as preparation, an intricate weaving of patience, perseverance, and character that will bear fruit in due time. You are not on hold. You are being shaped for what only you and I can accomplish together. Learn then to see waiting through my eyes. It is not a barren desert, but a sacred classroom, a place where roots deepen beneath the surface, where trust muscles are stretched and strengthened. I am more interested in forming your heart than rushing your timeline. Trust that my timing is without error, that I do not waste a single moment of your life. The story I am telling through you is unique, purposeful, and necessary to the tapestry of my kingdom. When you surrender your urge to compare or compete, you are freed to walk the lane I have chosen just for you, embraced by my affirmation, rather than driven by the anxiety of measuring up. Throughout your journey, you will face voices that speak condemnation or stoke anxiety. Sometimes those voices come from within, fueled by memories or wounds. When shame tries to claim you, turn your face to me. In my presence, shame has no hold. I call you by a new name, beloved, accepted, and whole. Bring your regrets and your rawest pain to me, for I am the one who makes all things new. I break the chains of condemnation and replace anxiety with peace that will guard your heart and mind. My child, receive this peace as your inheritance. Allow it to dismantle the walls of self-protection you have built. Draw near and let your soul breathe deeper, knowing you are safe in me. When the world tells you that worth is earned by performance or perfection, anchor yourself in my truth. You are valuable because you are mine, formed by my hands, cherished beyond measure. Nothing you can do will make me love you more or less. My affection is not transactional. It is faithful and unchanging. As you let this truth soak into your bones, you will find freedom from striving and the joy that comes from simply being my beloved. Out of this safe place, your actions flow not from obligation, but from delight, from the overflow of my love filling you up and spilling out to touch others. I know that love can feel risky, especially when you have been disappointed or hurt before. To extend grace, to open your heart, to risk caring deeply, these are acts of courage that I honor. I am with you in every act of compassion, every forgiven offense, every small step toward reconciliation. Do not harden your heart out of fear. Let my love heal the tender places and empower you to love boldly as I have loved you. When you fall short, my grace is there to lift you, not to accuse you. My forgiveness is ready before you ever ask. Take hold of it and let it free you to begin again, not burdened by yesterday, but renewed by hope for tomorrow. Sometimes the burdens you carry feel too heavy, weighing down your shoulders and seeping into your thoughts. Bring your burdens to me. Do not believe the lie that you must solve everything, fix everyone, or carry more than you are called to bear. It is my joy to lift the weight from you, to shoulder what you cannot carry, to provide the wisdom and strength you need for each day. Lean in and let me be your rest, your refuge in the midst of the storm. Open your hands, release your grip, and watch how I provide, sometimes in ways you do not expect, but always with your best in mind. As you learn to trust me with your burdens, you will find space within yourself, space for laughter even in uncertainty, space for gratitude in the small, overlooked moments. Watch for my fingerprints in the ordinary, for I am present in the details, the kindness of a friend, the beauty of a sunrise, the comfort of my spirit when you are alone. Every moment is an invitation to encounter me, to practice gratitude even before the breakthrough, to celebrate progress no matter how small. This practice of seeing me everywhere will anchor you when storms arise and remind you that your story is held in hands that are both gentle and strong. Let your prayers become conversations, honest and unguarded. I do not require eloquence or ritual, only your presence and your trust. Speak to me as you are, about whatever is on your heart. I am not impatient with your questions, not frustrated by your doubts. I welcome your candor, your longing, your need. This intimacy is what you were created for relationship, not rules. As you come close, you will learn the sound of my voice, distinct from all others, a voice of kindness, guidance, and hope, never one of condemnation or fear. Let my words shape your inner world, silencing the lies and strengthening what is good. You have allowed your heart to open further, even as you have felt the tremors of uncertainty. In those quiet moments, when fatigue washes over you and old wounds whisper familiar lies, I am still holding you, shaping something precious within. My love for you does not run dry as you struggle to move forward. It is precisely in your confusion and weariness that my rivers of grace flow most freely. You do not need to know the entire path ahead to trust me with the next step. When you sense your own limitations, or when fear tells you that you are too broken to continue, remember that my power is most evident in the cracks. The world admires strength without vulnerability, but I have chosen to meet you and lift you up in humility, in the shadows where others may not see, but where I am most at work. In these seasons when waiting stretches on, you may believe that nothing is happening, that your prayers echo unanswered. Yet all the while I am nurturing seeds beneath the surface, hidden but alive, pressing through the unseen layers of resistance. Every sigh, every tear that escapes in frustration or longing, is caught within my hands and sown into hope. I am skilled at redeeming every disappointment, every unexplained delay. My ways may seem mysterious, but behind every silence is a loving intent you are being invited to trust. Your faith is being refined, like gold purified by the steady heat of my love, stripped of everything that dims your radiance. In my presence, you need not pretend bravery. Honesty is the beginning of healing. Bring your questions, your doubts, your weariness, and even your anger, for there is room for all of you in my embrace. I am not threatened by your longing or even your skepticism. I see to the heart of things, and I know the ache that words cannot express. My closeness is not reserved for the unwavering, but for the honest and the seeking. As you speak, even in broken sentences, I listen with the intensity of a father cherishing his beloved child. Your story does not disqualify you. No mistake, no error in judgment can erase the identity I have written over your life. You belong to me deeper than circumstance. Your name is inscribed upon my heart. I see how the patterns of your past tug at your faith like tangled roots in the earth. tempting you to believe you cannot escape what has always been. But listen, I am the one who uproots what binds and makes space for new growth. Your history is not a curse that defines your future. The generational pains, the old failures, the memories that haunt your sleep, I am actively weaving liberation through them. There is nothing so tangled that my hands cannot undo, no night so long that I cannot call forth the morning. My light seeps even into the locked places where shame has made its bed. Open your windows to me. Let my breath fill the empty corners where you have resigned yourself to disappointment. You wonder what fruit could ever emerge from the soil of your weakness, but I designed you to flourish in ways beyond your prediction. There is unfamiliar beauty growing in the seasons you least expected to yield anything. Watch and see how I use your struggles to deepen your compassion, your failures to broaden your humility, your loneliness to birth a truer connection with both me and those around you. Nothing is wasted. Not even the days you felt incapable of faith are lost to me. They too become building blocks for a testimony that will comfort others. I am the God who transforms water into wine. What you bring, no matter how unremarkable, becomes miraculous in my hands. Perhaps you have hesitated to trust people, or even me, after being wounded by broken promises. I understand every bruise and disappointment you carry. In a world that celebrates quick fixes and easy escapes, I am the steady presence you can rest against. My promises are not made lightly. Every word I speak is anchored in my unchanging nature. You may falter, but I will not break faith with you. Where others have retraced their steps and abandoned you, I move closer in your moments of need. My loyalty is never withdrawn because of your doubts. I do not measure your worth by your victories, but by my unwavering affection, a love older and deeper than the stars. Let me remind you that you are not alone in your questions or struggles. The path you travel, though unique to you, lies within arm's reach of my comfort and wisdom. Rest when you are tired, for rest is not failure. In the gentleness of solitude, I am as near as your own breath. Lean into my whispers, those subtle nudges of reassurance that meet you in the quiet. In every heartbeat, I am speaking love over you, patiently inviting you to see yourself through the eyes of eternity. Your life is precious, even while imperfect. The smallest act of trust is significant in my kingdom. There is grace for your unfinished questions, for your longing to do more than just survive. I am not disappointed by your halting steps forward, or even your moments of retreat. I invite you, again and again, to return to love, return to hope, return to the truth, that my arms remain open, undeterred by your wanderings. The story I am writing with your life is not a chronicle of failures and successes, but a love letter etched with mercy on every page. Allow yourself to be surprised by the peace that does not always follow logic, but springs up from my secret wells. You do not need to earn my delight. Even now, in your waiting and questioning, I celebrate the courage it takes to believe for one more day. If you only knew how the smallest flicker of hope lights up a celebration in heaven. I have counted your sacrifices, your whispered prayers, the way you have loved through difficulty. The world may overlook quiet faithfulness, but I see each faithful step as wondrous. Your journey is not invisible to me. I walk each stretch beside you. Keep turning your gaze back to me. Let me fill your imagination with the possibility that there is more beauty, more joy, more meaning ahead. The invitation is never revoked. In weakness, in uncertainty, in vulnerability, this is where I prove the constancy of my love. Will you trust that my hand is steady, even when you cannot see what is next? In the fullness of time, every seed sown in faith will bring forth fruit. Every question will find its answer, and every weary heart will be refreshed. You are learning to see through my eyes, though at times what you see confuses or frightens you. Often the events of your life and the news that swirls around you can make the world appear hopeless or broken beyond repair. You may wonder where I am, how my hand is at work, and whether your prayers truly rise beyond your ceiling. Trust that nothing escapes me. Not a breath, not a tear, not a joyful shout, or a wordless sigh. I hold every moment, every soul, every struggle in a love so steady it cannot be measured. Even when you do not see my plan unfolding, even when you feel surrounded by darkness, I am the constant light that never dims. My wisdom is not your wisdom, but I invite you to lean close and let your heart rest in the assurance that I am weaving beauty in ways yet unseen. Your heart longs for victory, for clarity, for the fruit of promises heard in the quiet hours. Sometimes you tire of waiting and question whether the journey is worth it. Let me assure you, blessings are not only at the end of the path, but with every step walked with me. I do not judge your worth by your success or the outward signs of progress. I celebrate your courage to hope, your willingness to trust, and your resilience in getting up each time you fall. In your smallest prayers and simplest acts of faith, I see a beauty that captivates me. Remember that I choose what is weak to reveal my strength, and I look with tenderness upon your honest efforts. Never compare your pace to another's. I walk with you uniquely, teaching you lessons in each valley and mountain, and I stay close in both triumph and struggle. Let your walls down before me, for you were not created to hide behind a mask of self-sufficiency. Surrender is not defeat. It is a doorway to communion. When you let go of the illusion that you must manage everything on your own, you make space for me to move freely in you and around you. My power fills the places where your ability ends. Do not be afraid of your humanity or your limitations. I cherish your dependence upon me, for through it you enter into the mystery of my sustaining grace. In the world, you will encounter voices that praise independence and control, but my kingdom is built upon trust and humility. The more you yield, the more my spirit flows. The more you rest, the more I work wonders inside your soul. I remind you, too, that you cannot love others well apart from receiving my love for yourself. You may try to pour out from an empty vessel, striving to meet needs and expectations all around you. Let me fill you first with what only I can provide. A love that is patient with your process, gentle with your wounds, and fierce in its commitment to you. As you allow my affection to heal and renew you, loving others becomes overflow rather than obligation. You will find forgiveness easier when you realize how quickly I forgive you. Compassion will arise when you remember how I have comforted you. When criticism or rejection stings, hide in the truth that you are chosen and accepted by me. Out of your weakness, my kindness will shine, and your life will quietly become a testimony of mercy that invites others into hope. Silence before me is precious. In your rush to do and accomplish, do not forget the gift of simply being with me. Some of your greatest healing and guidance will come not from striving, but from stillness. As you sit in my presence, fears lose their grip and anxieties fade into peace. When the world presses you to constantly produce and perform, retreat with me. Let me remind you of your value apart from achievements. Listen for the gentle whispers of my spirit, leading you into purpose, clarifying confusion, and breathing new dreams into your heart. You are not alone in your questions or uncertainties. I delight in walking beside you through them. Even in your pain and disappointment, I am near. There is no suffering you endure that I have not carried. There is no place too dark for my light to reach. When you do not understand why doors close or why prayers remain seemingly unanswered, hold fast to me and know that nothing is wasted. In the soil of disappointment, I plant seeds of resurrection and unexpected new life. Hope in me is never in vain, even when hope hurts. I collect every sorrow, redeem every loss, and make rivers in the wilderness you never thought could bloom. You may carry regret for choices made or roads not taken. My forgiveness covers not only your actions, but the burdens you carry in secret. When guilt and shame whisper that you are disqualified or unworthy, listen instead to my song of acceptance. You cannot undo the past, but you can give it to me. Watch as I take even your ashes and craft something beautiful. Do not live chained to yesterday's mistakes. I call you forward into freedom. Each morning is a new beginning, drenched in mercy. Walk in the grace I provide today, and let the past lose its hold in the presence of my redeeming love. Lift your eyes above the storm. Learn to look beyond temporary afflictions, and fix your heart on the eternal reality of my presence, my kingdom, and my unchanging promises. What you see is not all there is. I am at work in hidden places, cultivating miracles within you and through you. Even when you lack understanding, trust my character. I have never failed, and I never will. Anchor yourself in the certainty of my faithfulness, and let hope be the melody that carries you forward one small step at a time. As you journey deeper with me, you will notice how your desires shift. You will crave less the applause of others and more the gentle approval of my gaze. The opinions of the world grow less important as my truth becomes your compass. I delight in your company, in your prayers, in your worship, and in your daily choices to seek me first. No act of devotion is too small to move my heart. Even when you stumble, my love pursues you relentlessly, never as a judge, always as a shepherd, longing to draw you home. My invitation remains open. Bring me your whole heart, with its dreams and disappointments, its gratitude and its grief, its longing and its questions. I created you for communion, not performance, for relationship, not religion. You are wanted, welcomed, and cherished as my beloved. Continue walking with me, leaning on my strength, and discovering the depths of my love that have no end. You have traveled this far with me, and each word has found its place in the quiet places of your heart. As the journey continues, remember that you are never beyond my gaze or my reach. I see each longing you carry, every hope that is flickered, every sigh that escapes when the day is heavy and the night feels long. Let my embrace steady you as you step forward, for even though fear may seek to rise, it cannot withstand the force of my love and my purpose for you. When you wonder if your efforts matter, know that even the smallest act offered in faith is gathered into my storehouse of grace and transforms the world far beyond what you see. In the moments you are tempted to withdraw or hide, when the ache of loneliness or the weight of regret presses close, invite me in, for I am gentle and eager to heal what has been broken and restore what has been lost. The truth is that I delight in walking each day beside you. My grace is not a distant promise, but a living stream that runs through your thoughts, your dreams, and your disappointments. Each time you choose to trust me over your own doubts, my strength rises to meet you. You are not required to be perfect or have all the answers. Surrender the burden to fix everything, and open your hands to receive the mercy I am always pouring out. It is in the simple turning of your heart toward me that you discover true freedom and peace. The hope I place within you is not based on your circumstances, but on my unwavering faithfulness to complete what I have begun. Now, as you pause and reflect on all that has been spoken over you, let assurance settle deep within. You are cherished, not for what you achieve, but for who you are. A beloved reflection of my heart, made radiant by my abiding presence. I send you out not in isolation, but as one who is intimately known, wholly loved, and empowered by my Spirit. The same hands that shaped the mountains and set the stars in the sky also cradle your life, guiding each step and catching every tear. When the world's voices threaten to drown out my truth, let my whisper be louder than the noise. Lean into the hope that never fades, the kind that stands when all else is shaken, the hope that is found in me alone. You are part of a greater story, woven through time and eternity, and there is no place safer or more sure than the center of my will. My invitation is always open. Walk with me, speak with me, rest in me, and you will find your soul renewed again and again. There will be days when your faith feels small, but remember, even mustard seed faith moves mountains when held in my hands. When you fail, come quickly to me, for I am patient and full of compassion. When you rejoice, let your song rise in gratitude, for every blessing has its source in my love. Live not as a captive to the opinions of others or to the shadows of the past, but as one made new, carrying the light of hope wherever you go. As you step out into the days ahead, do not be afraid of what lies unseen. My presence goes before you, and I surround you on every side. Trust that my timing is perfect, and my plans cannot be undone. Your story is not over. There are fresh mercies awaiting you at dawn and new joys prepared for you to taste. Hold on to the promises I have planted in your heart, for they will bloom in their season, and nothing can hinder what I intend for good. When you stumble, let my hands lift you. When you are weary, find rest against my heart. Know that I am invested in your life's unfolding, attentive to every detail and longing to see you flourish in all I have imagined for you. Let my words be a lamp for your days and a comfort in your nights. Keep returning to me, and you will discover again and again that my love is greater than all fear, my peace deeper than any storm you face. The world may change, circumstances may shift, but my character never wavers. Stand firm, cling to hope, and be courageous, for I am with you. My joy is your strength, and my faithfulness is your security. Look to me in all things, knowing that I delight to reveal my heart to you, guiding you in